Hi everybody, today's topic is dividing mixed numbers. As a reminder, you do not need to write down everything in this video, but be sure to jot down important information and at least one example of each type of problem that we cover. Remember that you can also pause the video to jot down important notes, rewind to view information again, and fast forward if you think you got it. Just be careful and make sure you don't fast forward too much that you miss out on something important. So let's begin. With dividing mixed numbers, it's the same as before. You're going to need to know the tape diagram method and the algorithm method. The tape diagram method, as a review, for step 1, you are always drawing and shading in the first number, which is called the dividend. For mixed numbers, you may need to draw more than one tape diagram since it's a mixed number. It's a whole or more than one whole and a fraction in addition. Then you're going to divide the shaded parts into groups based on the second number, which is called the divisor. And then your answer is going to be how many groups there are to get to your answer, the quotient. The algorithm method could also be used. It is multiplying by the divisor's reciprocal. Be aware that you need to know both methods, so you should be practicing both the tape diagram method and the algorithm method. Let's go ahead and look at some examples. Go ahead and write this problem in your notebook. It wants you to divide and write the quotient in lowest terms. That means that it's not going to accept any unsimplified fractions. Pause the video and write down the problem. Try the problem on your own. Alright, I'm going to use the tape diagram method because we need to review that and practice it. You're always going to draw the first number, the dividend, and you're going to circle the second number, the divisor. I have 5 2/3 of something. It could be pizza, it could be trail mix, it could be cookies, apples, and I need to divide it into 4 different parts. So I'm going to first draw my 5 2/3. 5 would be 5 holes. Here's 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes, and 5 holes. And then I have 2/3 somewhere. Okay? I'm dividing it now into thirds because I need to shade in my 2/3 later. All of them need to be divided into thirds. I'm going to use yellow so that it doesn't take up too much of my red. So far I've just shaded in 2. 1 and 2. 2 holes. 2 holes need to have space in between them, so we know that there is 1 piece and 2 pieces. Now I'm shading in my third, 4 holes, 5 holes, and then it's 5 2/3. So here's 1/3 and 2/3. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 2/3. That's 5 2/3. Now for the second number, this is being divided into 4 parts, so we don't circle those parts, although we could do that. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways. I could divide, I'm dividing this into 4 different people's shares, right? So very easily I could say, I could divide it into 4 parts by drawing 3 lines for each of them. This is the way that you were taught in the beginning. Our very first lesson. We want to divide it into parts for each of those 4 people. So each person gets 1 of those parts. And then in order to find the answer, I would count up how much each of those persons gets. So the first person would get 3 pieces from here, 3 pieces from here, 3 pieces from here, 3 from here, 3 from here, and 2 from here. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and that's 16 and 17. So it would be 17 total pieces from their share. Okay, so we counted up that there are 17 pieces that each of those people got. 3 from here, 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 and 2 from here. So in total, there was 17 pieces. And now we need to figure out how many that's out of. Each whole has 4 by 3, which is 12 pieces. So each person would get 17 twelfths. 17 twelfths is an improper number, improper fraction. So we need to change it so that it is a mixed number. 17 divided by 12. 12 goes into 17 one time with 5 left over. So that's 1 and 5 twelfths. Okay? 1 and 5 twelfths. So that would be our answer, 1 and 5 twelfths. They said for a mixed number, you can just put a space between 1 and 5 twelfths. We can't reduce that any further because 5 and 12 can't be reduced. So we're going to go ahead and check that. Oops. All right, so that's our correct answer, 1 and 5 twelfths. However, there is a different way that you can solve this since we have 5 wholes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. To also get 1 and 5 twelfths. So we have our original 5 and 2/3. I'm going to go ahead and shade them in again. I'll use blue this time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 holes all shaded in, and 2/3. If we're dividing it amongst 4 people, we could just say, hey, this person just takes that whole chunk. Person number 2 takes that second chunk. Person 3 gets a whole hole. Person 4 gets a whole hole. And then we just have these 2 left over to split. So we're going to have to split these 2 amongst 4 people. Too many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to split this one with 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each person gets 1 whole. That's where we got that 1 from. And then they're going to be split here. They each get 1 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 twelfths. So each person gets 1 whole because we split up those 4 holes with those people. And then they get 3 here, 2 here, so it's 5 total out of 12. So that's 1 and 5 twelfths. That's another way you can think about it for that problem. All right, let's try some more. For this problem, you are going to divide and write the quotient in lowest terms. Go ahead and pause the video and try it on your own first. Okay, so for this problem, I'm going to show you the tape diagram method, and we're going to review how to complete it with the algorithm method. For this, I need to draw that first number, so that's 8. There's 4, I need to double that, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're always drawing that first number because that's what we're dividing. That's the entire amount. Then we need to divide it into 1 and 4/5. Okay? So we're going to be circling groups of 1 and 4/5. You could either circle it into groups of 1 and 4/5, or you can change that into 9/5. That might be easier for you to circle, whichever one that's easier for you to circle. But I do need to divide these into fifths. So I need to draw 4 lines down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that I have fifths. And I don't have to be perfect, right? So I'm going to be circling groups of 1 and 4 fifths or 9 fifths. These two are the same. So a group of 1 and also 4 fifths. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is the same as 9 fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 whole and 4 fifths is the same as 9 fifths because this 9 fifths is more than one box. That's why if you ever have to draw 9 fifths, you would have to draw 2 boxes because one box only fits 5 of those fifths. You would have to draw one box with the 5 fifths and then draw another box with 4 more of those fifths. Okay? 1 and 4 fifths is the same as 9 fifths. So I'm circling more than one whole for these. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm circling this group. At the end, my answer is going to be how many groups that I circled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to complete my last group. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 4 left. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So I have 4 and 4. I needed 9 in each group. So it's going to be 4 and 4 ninths. 4 total groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I had 4 left over. I was looking for a group of 9. So 4 and 4 ninths. To solve that with the algorithm way, I would take 8 divided by, this is 9 fifths, and then I would change it into 8 times 5 ninths. So division becomes multiplication, and 9 fifths becomes 5 ninths. So I multiply across. 8 times 5 is 40. 1 times 9 is 9. So 40 ninths. The bad thing about the algorithm way is you will need to change this back into a mixed number, while with the tape diagram way, you already have the mixed number. You're just counting the amount of groups. So 40 divided by 9. 9 goes into 40, let's see, 4 times with 4 left over. So it's 4 and 4 ninths. Both ways will get you 4 and 4 ninths. Let's type that in, 4 and 4 ninths. Okay. So try out those problems. Remember to practice your tape diagram method and your algorithm method. Let me know if you have any questions when you're working on this at home. And if not, I will see you in class.